Hey guys, back at it. Day 194 of my 1 year daily diary challenge. This challenge was prompted after I completed a 100-day challenge, and that was prompted through my meditation sessions. I was given the nudge a few times until I decided to jump in and do this thing that I'm doing now, and I just wanted to keep it going for a whole year and see what the progress is at that 1 year mark. So let's get into day 194. Today is a Sunday. It is kind of still icy outside, a little bit of snow that's not melted quite all the way. But I think it's like very safe to travel and move around. So I decided to get myself up and do a little bit of vibration therapy, sauna, and pop in the shower to get dressed for my spiritual service that I typically go to on Sundays when I don't have the kids. I have just been going a couple of months now, and it's been really nice. I really love it. I would say that it's a very small group of people, but the energy is beautiful, and everything that is spoken is just resonated with me so deeply. I have listened, which I'm going to do it again, through The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes one time, which is what the Spiritual Center is based off of. There's quite a few of these around, and I even found one in Orlando, so that's kind of cool. So when I land down there, then I'll be able to connect with the Spiritual Center in Orlando. I have been connecting with everybody, and just it's so nice for people to recognize you and give you big hugs and just love that you're there. And no matter, what's going on, that they're just open to have you there. I really, really love it. And so I've been going on my kid-free time. But that's what I did. I went to service in the morning, and then after service, I just came home and just kind of ate something, chilled out, did more purging and sorting through my stuff. I've been even like every time I pass my closet, kind of like looking through stuff and then like pulling things out, and every time I go through my drawers I do the same thing. So it's like this need to get rid of everything that's not essential in my life right now physically, which is cool. I love it. It makes me happy to get rid of things and clean out space. But how it looks right now, because I've taken everything out from the attic and the upstairs bins and storage things and brought them all downstairs. The downstairs looks a little cluttered and messy, just because everything's out, and I still have like a big pile to take to the thrift store and some big bags to take to the trash. But sometimes it looks worse before it gets better, and that is sometimes also applicable to us and how we feel and how we're going through shit in our life. Sometimes it looks really messy, and it feels really messy, and it feels really terrible, and we feel like we're at the end of our rope, the bottom of the barrel, and it looks and feels messy right before we get that breakthrough and we get that release and we move through to the next phase. So if you're in that space and you feel like everything is really messy and you just are at the end of it, just keep going. Have grace with yourself. Find some people to reach out to. Like if you feel like you don't have anybody to reach out to, please reach out to me. There's a lot of people, online resources and everything. But I would totally be that person if you need that, if you need to reach out to somebody and you don't know who to reach out to. Sometimes I get in those moments where I'm like thinking I'm really needing somebody to talk to. I'm really struggling. I can do it by myself. I'm strong enough. I can do it. Or it's like, who would be available right now? We've gotten into this place too where we have a lot of friends who we say are our friends, but they're just acquaintances. We don't really have those friends who will get up at 3:00 in the morning and sit with us on the porch talking about, life's problems, or come and help us move a refrigerator, or, like we used to be in a space where we'd have these friends. You could just call them and they'd come and do anything. Or you would be that friend for somebody else. You would just like, okay, whatever you need, I got you. Now I think we have a lot of acquaintances where people are just too busy and they just like, oh, I'm sorry, I already have plans. And yes, we get plans. But when your friend is in need and they're like, hey, I just need to sit with somebody and talk, that's sometimes more important than going to a movie or catching drinks with some other people. So I personally want to reframe how I connect and grow and engage with people. And I really want to be there for people in my circle and create that also. So that's where I'm stepping into. So yes, today was a super chill day after service, home purging, moving through stuff. I was supposed to be going over to somebody's to do like a podcast, like watch a show, do a review, do a podcast, and they kind of flaked on me. So I have also, like I said, been reframing, redoing people and how much time I give them and space. And so, I just hung at home. I reached out to a few people who I felt were running across my mind, connected a little bit. I identified that I was feeling anxious and like I wanted to go out and do something with somebody, and that I didn't want to go out and do something by myself. So I identified it and then I worked through it. I allowed myself to feel the emotion instead of just like burying it, and own up to it and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I'm really wanting connection right now and I'm really wanting this, but I'm not able to get it. And so, okay, I'll feel it. I'll let it sit here. I'll process it and then let it go. So it's okay to feel your feels, and it's okay to identify something and then have like it not happen. So I didn't really get together with anybody in the evening. And it was okay because I let myself feel that and understand what I needed. And what I really needed was I just was craving that connection. And so for me, understanding the people that don't give me that connection, the people who are just hanging around kind of like in the background, maybe I need to release them or give them less time or change their priority level. Because if I commit to something and I say, hey, I'm going to come and have lunch with you tomorrow at this time, or I'm going to do this with you, I'm committing fully. And unless something big happens, like my kid gets sick or, I get into a car accident, I am not really changing plans because I've committed. So I do I do know that things come up for a reason, and I'm just moving through it and trying to figure all this stuff out. But it's good because I went through more of my stuff and purged. But it was not too crazy of a day. I did go out. I did feel really good in the outfit that I was wearing, and I was just moving through the day with confidence and security. And I just love how each day I get to change and work on things that I didn't necessarily know I needed to work on. So that was the day in its entirety. I'm still watching Lost, getting into that. I am trying to sort out my vehicle situation still. So at least I know that I have a rental for 2 weeks. And then at the end of the 2 weeks is when I'm going to be packing up some kind of vehicle, which I'm trying to figure out what, with, bikes and bins and storage stuff to bring down to Florida. Still looking for my perfect ride, and it doesn't have to be perfect in the word, but it's going to be perfect for me and what I need in this next phase. So I thank you guys for being here, for supporting me, for listening and subscribing and liking and commenting and just, giving me some love in that way. I appreciate it, and thank you guys so much. Have an amazing day, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.